Throughout the week, we've been seeing that the Jews have been getting more and more agitated with Jesus and are ready to take whatever Jesus has to say and use it as evidence against him. The problem is that Jesus is talking on a different level in a way that they really don't understand him. The point he has been making throughout the passages that we've listened to is that the Father, Israel's God, to whom the Jews claim to worship, to know, and to serve, is operating in and through him. The Father is the one who alone gives life. He has given his words to Jesus. So if anyone keeps Jesus' words, they will never experience spiritual death. And here's where the first misunderstanding comes. They seem to think that Jesus is talking about physical death, and so they accuse Jesus of having a demon. I think what we have to do is we have to be very careful not to see today's passage as simply another piece of the debate that's been going on for the past week between Jesus and the Jews. It's on the cutting edge, this passage today, between ecstasy and fury, with the crowd accusing Jesus of being possessed, and Jesus trying to explain more and more that he is speaking and acting as the very mouthpiece of the Father. But the Jews and the Pharisees can't and won't understand and do not believe him. This past week, we heard how there was division among the Jews about Jesus' identity, and it ends with the Pharisees and the guards who work for the Pharisees having a dispute and a division. Because the Pharisees send the guards out to arrest Jesus, and they come back empty-handed. And when they're asked as to why they didn't succeed in their mission, they respond by saying, "Never has anyone spoken like this man." Never has anyone spoken like this man. So these guards have come face to face with a truth. And ultimately, that truth is going to have a fundamental effect on their lives. Truth often causes division. When spoken, it forces us to decide. And do we accept what we hear or not? Human beings are made for the truth. There's a natural inclination in us to want to receive it. I mean, how often in your own lives do you hear something, and at first it seems to be something that you might wrestle with or might even question. But the more you think about it, the more something begins to sink in, and you find yourself recognizing that there is truth to what's being said. You know, I can easily identify with these guards who get sent out and come back empty-handed, because I know that so often when I read the Word of God, and how many years have I been reading and listening to it like you, and I hear a particular phrase or reread a particular passage and meditate on it, and my response is, never has anyone spoken like this man.